Welcome, ladies and gents. It is Starseries here at FaceIt TV. I'm DDK, and of course, I'm back with James once again. How's it going, man?
It's not bad. Not bad.
You're about to go for Russian
I
because
was about to go. Not bad. Not bad.
we had OneShot again, Russian team. I think that's to blame there for James's outburst. I'll probably be doing some outbursts as well later on, but we have OneShot playing OverGaming, the Spaniards, who had a pretty damn nice match yesterday. They weren't able to get the victory against Titan, but they made it damn close. It was a 16-14 defeat against Titan on Inferno, but to be honest, I don't think anyone would have expected them to do so incredibly well.
Well, apparently Inferno's their best map, so you can never count them out. Like, it's people on HLTV, etc., always say this is OverGaming's best map. So, but obviously, you know, in terms of like betting on e-gaming bets, etc., CS:GO Lounge as well, the map vetoes 15 minutes before the match actually starts, so they don't have the advantage of knowing before the skins go down. Otherwise, they would. Otherwise, I think it would probably be about 50-50.
Interesting, isn't it? I mean, OverGaming have a lot of talent. They have the general Musambani behind them, really good AWPer. There's a lot of potential for this team, and I'm really always so excited to watch them play, just because you just don't know exactly what they can show you.
Yeah.
And OneShot is also a team where we saw them do quite well yesterday against DAT. They weren't able to take the victory on Inferno, and it looks like we will be playing Inferno as well. So this should favour OverGaming. You know, looking at the recent matches, you know, between these two teams, and for what you said, it feels like a 65-35 kind of split here for me, towards OverGaming, but definitely OneShot. They played a very passive style too. They weren't very proactive with their CT play on Inferno, so it's going to be very interesting to see how that actually works out, how OverGaming react.
Yeah, from what I've seen of OverGaming, which is somewhat limited maybe compared to other people, but you know, in various qualifiers and in this league as well, it seems that by quite some significance, Inferno is their strongest map. So definitely, you know, but again, like, it all depends on what happens. I think somebody went 5-0 up on C side of Inferno yesterday. I can't quite remember, but I mean, if that happens, then, you know, who knows how the match is going to end. But yeah, I think it will be. I would probably expect OverGaming to either to win or for it to be like a clutch match. You know, like 16-13, 16-14.
It's going to be a very hard one to call. So we're going to have the knife round popping up now. So the teams are going to be able to figure out who's going to be where at the end of this knife round. Will it be CT or the T side? I would expect both teams would prefer to start off CT. Absolutely. So, you know, that's the thing. That's the thing. And should we go RTS top down? Are we feeling it right now?
Oh, let's see how. Oh,
this is pretty cool.
I think the more practice you get with the RTS, the more refined the transition will be.
Fearless.
They're wearing pillows. See, this is what I'm talking. This is what I'm talking about.
Wait, let's try again.
You need to practice.
No,
why are you going sideways?
I don't know. I think it's because the keyboard's all.
Oh, but you play with an inverted left and right, don't you?
No. Just the pitch. But I play with ESDF.
Okay.
So, and this is WASD. So that's why.
For the pitch, for the layman's like me, up and down basically.
Yeah. I need to stop using ESDF.
Apparently, rumor has it that DDK plays Quake with a pilot joystick.
That's true. That's how I came up with my pilot joystick. You know, there's actually people that played with the trackballs.
This is like the worst view of a knife round ever.
I know, it's pretty
It's like
good.
from Alex's arm.
It's from the POV of the dead guy. It's not particularly good, is it? But we had some fun. But yeah, it's true actually. You know, people play all kinds of weird setups in Quake, but we won't go into that because we have ourselves a winner of the knife round. OverGaming, they should be starting off on the CT side. They're indeed going to swap. So. Anything to look out for? Just
before this gets off, I do want to point out that not only does DDK play Quake with a pilot stick, but he plays Street Fighter with a keyboard as well.
Yeah, I do.
So yeah, in the intermissions here,
I play like backwards as well, on the movement as well.
I know. He's just a crazy guy, man. Too many bath salts. I don't know. On the way to the studio, but here we go. I think you're going to ask me a question or something.
No, it's fine. We can move on from that. The game's beginning. It is piss around, so we can check out how things are.
It's only just started as well. This is going to be a mess today.
So it looks like a very passive beginning here from OneShot. Just a slow take of second mid. Nothing special.
Aggressive movement down banana from Alex, as you can see there. They've thrown this smoke from T-spawn, so they've cut the map in half, and OneShot may feel forced to go towards the A-bomb site. However, they do have Dima at the bottom of banana, so he's going to stop the flank from the CTs. But the T's are going to look to get a pick here on Arch.
Ooh, just you know, stepping, you know, just almost into the very dangerous waters there. That is long. Musambani obviously there. But they're double backing. We saw OneShot do this a lot yesterday. And here we go. Into that B bomb site. Alex is there, close range. Not going to do very much. OverGaming, what are they going to do to actually bring back this bomb site now? It's well and truly under the control of the Russians. OneShot as DavCost holds a very nice angle here towards construction. OverGaming are swarming right now, though, slowly kind of making their way around from construction and from pool area, but they just can't quite get the shots off, and loWel and Musambani are remaining. And in comes DavCost, great shot to the side of the head, and loWel in a 1-on-3.
This is something I've mentioned previously about this tactic on Inferno from the CTs. It's like they throw the smoke down onto Banana, then if they get control of Banana, they just leave one person on the B bomb site and put 4. But you could see in that situation, basically, OneShot stayed high in mid with the CTs playing passive and just kept control of the kind of beginning of arch and quad area and kept one terrorist at the bottom of Banana, and then just eked up there. You know, once the smoke has dissipated, if you don't re-smoke it, the CT has no choice but to go back, because if he gets picked there, the bomb site's over. But it didn't rotate the CT back in time, and they lost the bomb site anyway. So there's a meter game there, which I think should keep evolving in terms of the terrorists pushing B when they know that the CTs have one player there, and that's what OneShot did, and they find themselves 1-0 up.
It's all about the P250 armor here for OverGaming. As they are double ecoing, they are deciding that with a buy like this, where they invest in the armor too, there won't be any orbs, but that's okay. You don't necessarily need orbs to play CT on this map.
It is worth mentioning here as well that there is still a bug in terms of the view in Counter-Strike of the grenades. You can see 2 flashes, but if they have like a smoke and a grenade or something, it may not show both. So we can't always be aware of what the CTs are actually carrying at the moment. And there was a 4-man stack on the B side here from OverGaming. We've got one guy just hanging around in CT spawn to try and rotate either way for the time being.
And this could end up being very smart, because OneShot, they have shown a lot of potential to just love that double back, and that's exactly what's going to happen. A double back into the stack. They didn't scout this out, and it's going to be a complete surprise to them. OverGaming, they have this site all together as 4. Can they be broken by the onslaught here from OneShot? Looks like OverGaming are able to easily defend that rush, and it's just Dima left over here for the Russians, but he will quickly be dealt with. And wow, OneShot, they just walked right into that one.
I have to really, really commend OverGaming for not rotating with all the baiting that was happening on mid, because I thought like any moment now they're just going to start going towards A bomb site and lose B. But they did not move an inch. So that was excellent play and good judgment there from OverGaming to just keep the B bomb site stacked for so long as well. A lot of people would have lost their nerve there, but they were committed, and maybe part of it is not being caught on the rotation as well. But that was excellent play by them.
Couple frags coming in, very aggressive OverGaming. You know, they fill the weapon advantage and they want to get the long range peaks, and it's exactly what they're going to get. And very easy pickings here in this eco round. But of course, you know, this should have been a weapon round for OneShot. They should have won the previous round. They're anti-eco, but we saw an amazing round from OverGaming, as you pointed out, and that's going to really swing things back in their favor. Lots of cash on their side, and OneShot are in a very awkward position. Look at this. I mean, they can't really buy.
Yeah, it's going to be a second deco for them. We're going to see full P250s here and various nades. So we'll see if they go for a set play here to try and get the bomb down at least. I think you've got the aggressive position here from the CTs actually on B, so ready to stop any kind of eco rush that may happen. But going to do some fishing now. Bottom of Banana gets smoked, so CTs are going to be trapped for the time being. And we'll start to get picked in mid by loWel.
It's going to take this cue to just try to work something up in mid. They don't have any weapons, no investment at all in this round, so it's not really a huge deal for them. They did actually manage to kill loWel, which is in of itself, you know, something, I suppose, $300 and making him rebuy, which is still not going to put a huge dent in the economy of OverGaming. And now we're going to see the buy coming in from OneShot. And interesting that DavCost, with 2,800 left, decided to buy P90. Now, whether that was a misbuy, I don't know, but I can't imagine why he would go for the P90. And we're going to see Dima moving up Banana, able to take the pick onto Kairi, who didn't seem to have the best of support there, and the smoke does go down. And this forces another player to come in from the A side, and now OverGaming is stretched 2 on B and 2 on A.
I'm curious to see where loWel's going to go with this DavCost is going to go with this P90. He's slowly moving up mid in the bench area at the moment. It is basically a close quarters gun where you want to overwhelm your opponent. We have seen existence by a P90 before on Inferno as well, and it was in a situation where I think he had like $5,000 left after he bought it, which made me think he must have bought it deliberately because he didn't replace it afterwards.
You didn't think that he mad?
No, I mean they had just won the round. Crazy. I felt like he was trying to go for some mad kind of like psychological warfare business, you know, like I'm proning you basically with a Pro 90. But yeah, it's an interesting decision here, and he's not going to get to use it on the B bomb site. He's going to get sprayed down by Alex, and they should get the bomb down here as the two CTs are rotating through CT spawn, and it is smoked off of them, so that'll give them enough time to planterize the bomb Zors.
So we do have a guy coming in from construction here, and Certus is going to be the first one to see him. Nice little setup here. The heat and potty setup from OneShot, which should prove very effective. And they just have to bait correctly. Wait, be patient. As the bomb ticks away. OverGaming slowly running out of time. Here they go, ready to make their move. In goes FlipiN onto Ema, and now Certus is going to trade one. Can't get anything else though, and that bomb should be defused just in time. And OverGaming going to take themselves another round, but it was a good one from OneShot.
That's a good example of where Molotovs can come in handy on this map. Virtus.pro probably the most prominent purchasers of Molotovs on the CT side of Inferno, but they mainly use it around the A bomb site to allow them to have safe passage, retreating away from choke points. But again, you know, we've seen the classic heat and potty set up from 1.6, but I think they can be forced out of those positions. Both the CTs can, throwing mollies on banana, but also post-plant if they've the CTs still got mollies left and they can force out the Ts. But we are in the middle of round 6 at the moment, and OverGaming have a one-man advantage here as the bomb heads possibly towards the A bomb site.
Yeah, it was a cool little move there, the timing pick from Kairi onto the AWPer DavCost, who made his way up banana. Very, very nice stuff. And I like also how he switched his position back and they replaced him with a rifler there. So now there is an AWPer on the A side, which is something that OneShot won't necessarily be counting on. And we can see them slowly ready to work their way up mid here. We've got Kairi on a great angle though, and there's someone right to the right of him as well. So if Kairi does get spotted there, they may not anticipate that there's another player stacked in that area. So a lot of cool stuff going on for OverGaming in this defense, and they know this is coming. They've got 4 men ready to deal with this right now. OneShot coming into that bomb site. Looks like some good trades coming in from OverGaming. They are steaming ahead right now. It's just one left for in Certus, and he is going to go down, and OneShot unable to break the A bomb site. It seemed like OverGaming absolutely read that one.
We've seen a lot of pushes recently on various matches of Inferno in the last, say, 2-3 weeks, where with about 40 seconds left, the terrorists have just found it extremely difficult to breach the site. Where they haven't got any picks and they've got 40 seconds left, or 40 to 30 seconds, they're just losing the war of attrition almost every single time. I don't know if it's enough time for them to kind of clear the site properly and get the bomb down. As we saw there's difficulty in, you know, you lose a gun when you've got a guy trying to plant the bomb, and now they find themselves on Nico, and it looks like it's going to be a 6-1 to OverGaming here.
And the General going in there with a lot of frags over at Banana, which is really nice. I love those eco frags. Feels good. Nothing like some eco frags in the morning.
You're a dirty man, Dan.
Although I guess it's not really the morning though either, so especially not in Russia. It's pretty I guess it's getting on in Russia. So, right, OverGaming 6-1. We get another buy coming out of OneShot. DavCost, is he going to get picked straight away again? We can see he's going up for that mid area. Kairi, the AWPer, there's actually making his way for what looks to be an aggressive pick on apartments. Oh, this could be very surprising. Let's see what he's able to actually see from this. So far, nothing but a chicken.
Yeah, we saw some great AWP play from World Edit yesterday. Lots of chess playing in this area. You can see the baiting there, not falling for it, is Kairi just yet. Musambani with that could possibly be car smoke, so they can see the legs of the terrorists. Kairi retreating back to the pit area, and Musambani now holding the defensive flashbang in case Alex requires some backup.
Looks like they are actually positioned here for this A push. They are going to be executing this very soon. They did manage to push Kairi back. He was AWPing in apartments. And there we go. We're seeing those grenades going over the top there. Quad completely smoked off. And OverGaming, once again, going to get tested. But look at this. Mowing down 2. Looking for the triple. Dima is going to get the trade on loWel though, but the cost was very high, and it's a 3-on-4 situation now for OneShot, who've yet to gain access to the site. Kairi going to take down synd with the AWP. DavCost searching for the shot. He's going to get it, and now it's DavCost against the world with that AWP, and he's so exposed right now, and he's just not going to be able to survive as OverGaming gun him down in the back. And 7-1, it's looking pretty smooth for the Spaniards.
Again, it's that 40-second time where they just can't push the site fast enough. They had some nice flashes there from mid where they were throwing them over the bomb site roof to flash anyone in the kind of library area. But the OverGaming positioning is just hasn't been solved by OneShot. They're taking their picks early on in the round and they're slowly becoming more passive, and it's tentative pushes here towards A from OneShot, which just leaves them without enough time to get enough frags here to get a bomb down.
Kairi just flirting with the possibility of a pick as they make their way up. Banana edging slowly forwards. The first man to maybe see contact here for his team. Gonna miss the flick shot, but Alex, great support there, and it's gonna be another nice little advantage early round here for OverGaming, as we do see Musa and Barney putting in some work there towards middle. And it seems like OneShot cannot quite find the access. As you said, they can't quite find the solution for the positions.
Yeah, worth noting as well that the AWP has rotated round to the A bomb site and is now holding Arch, and Musa and Barney's gone to the B bomb site. So they're keeping the positioning of the AWP very unpredictable, and they're counter-flashing now on around the quad area before the T's even start to breach it. Now again, we'll find ourselves at 40 seconds as OneShot look to breach B on a 3-on-5, and that's going to be 2-on-5.
Nice opening shot there from Kairi, and this is just too easy here for OverGaming. All 3 players all funneling through quad. OverGaming say yes please, and that's 8-1 now for them over the Russian team OneShot, who now are on another bye, it seems.
At the moment, we're basically seeing the same thing every round, as we just mentioned. And OverGaming are building money now. They're flossing. They've got $10,000 each, apart from one guy on 8,000. But who cares? You know, he can just throw deagles and spawn for fun now, as they are 8-1 up. This is an excellent CT side here for OverGaming so far. And again, this is their strongest map. Now we've got a faster push here from OneShot, but they're going in one by one, and it's not working for them. They got the flanks coming in from Alex here, as Certus remains in the apps area on his own without the bomb. He is, as they say, surrounded.
Let's see what he's able to accomplish here. But yeah, it definitely looks grim, and economic damage is not going to count for much against OverGaming with their bank right now. So Certus, it's all about maybe getting some confidence, if not being actually able to find a win on the round. But looks like he's going to get cleaned up. Gets 2 kills, and that's about it. And we move into round number 11 now, and the buys are very, very stretched. I mean, they're getting the maximum bonus here. That's 3,400, I think, is the max bonus, and that's what they're receiving. But still, you know, they just can't find an answer. Yeah,
they seem a bit disorganized at the moment, because I mean they basically just rushed up mid, but they didn't. It didn't seem like they rushed as a team. Like one guy got AWP'd, then another guy got AWP'd. Like they're facing the AWPer one by one. Obviously, now with the changes to the map, we don't want to like get a double wall bang as we saw yesterday. But that wasn't quite the solution either. Don't know what to say about that.
Yeah, that's great.
So we're going to be at 10-1 here. So OneShot have 1 round. There will be 4 rounds remaining. I mean, what's the solution for them here? Again, we haven't really seen any set plays from them, like the set play B pushes, especially on the eco. Like we saw them on eco. They all bought P250s and a few nades, and nothing happened. Now, I mean, an option is like if I'm on an eco as a T side, I'm going to try and get the bomb down on B. And you know, you can smoke off the entire front of the site, but obviously you have to get there first, and we can see that the CTs went aggressive on that round to try and cut off that option. But there was no challenge there from the Ts. They just kind of died around A instead, which obviously you can go to A as well. But again, I think it's not just we're not seeing kind of solid pushes here. Like each round, we can see Ema, Certus, and synd kind of hanging around this area, around cart to apps, and not really challenging mid. And then eventually one of them gets picked off towards the B area, which is what's happened here again, and the AWP rotates. Then they run out of time and can't get the bomb down.
And I think we're also lacking some proper grenades for the final site take. They managed to have the right grenades to get, you know, towards the site, but then when it comes to like smoking off pit and having these correct site smokes, they're not actually finding those, and the shots are coming way too easily for OverGaming. And as you mentioned here, they're not really playing around with B enough after, you know, we're seeing that OverGaming are so confident with just rotating a player. They don't care if they leave one guy there alone for a while. And we can see that that guy's position is fairly committed as well. It's not even that he's, you know, waiting far back to let them retake the site. He's pretty much going to just try to kill as many as possible. And as we see this this movement coming in now from OneShot onto that B site, let's see now that OverGaming have had enough time to rotate one extra player, whether it's going to be enough to defend here. Great shot there from DavCost as they make their way in. Alex falling, but there are a lot more where that came from, but DavCost does not care. Takes out Moose and Barney on top of the coils, and FlipiN going to rotate in from Banana. But this is looking promising here for OneShot. The smoke's still up there as they do get their after plant positions, but they're all very cramped together at the back of that site. So we'll have to see if OverGaming can break this with some good team play. Kairi still with the AWP, and Dima's going to take down FlipiN. DavCost with another. DavCost with 4. Great round from him. And that's going to secure the round. 10-1 for, well, 10-2, sorry, in favor of OverGaming. So still looks very grim, but perhaps there's a glimmer of hope now should OneShot be able to string a couple more together.
It's really critical for OneShot to win all the remaining rounds. I mean, I wouldn't even say 4. They need to win 5 rounds here. But the problem is, OverGaming have so much money that they can't force the eco, which is one of the most important parts of Inferno, obviously, it being a CT-sided map. So the CTs are expected to win most of the rounds, but with so much money ahead of them, you know, it's going to be, every round is going to be a very difficult task.
Very sneaky position from Alex here. Risky, but he's just going to pop out there with the flash from his teammate, helping him get that free frag, and he's going to fall all the way back. So there goes the smoke, and now they've taken the frag. OneShot can't get the trade. That is the crucial part of Counter-Strike that you want to try to exploit, to create these situations where your opponents cannot get those trades, and it gets you ahead. And now, OverGaming, once again, set up so well for anything that OneShot can throw at them.
This is what's happened almost every full buy round where the CTs have won. They've got to pick on B, then they've just slowed the round down. OverGaming have pushed with about, sorry, OneShot have pushed A with about 40 seconds left and just haven't even got anywhere close to getting the bomb down. The bomb is hanging around B for the time being. 40 seconds left on the clock, as we've been mentioning. We've got 2 guys on A who are going to start rotating towards the B bomb site. So we're going to be seeing a push here of like 25 to 20 seconds left. And then we've got Kairi in CT with the AWP. So we'll see how this push goes.
In they come, but look at this. OverGaming are ready and waiting for this. They expected it, and it's all too easy. And OneShot just get completely massacred right there. It just looks too easy for OverGaming. They always seem to not only be ready, but just they seem to know what's going to happen far before it happens.
Yeah, I mean, again, they were like lambs to the slaughter at the end of that round, and they didn't have enough time. I mean, if there are only 2 people there, then it might be a little bit easier. But with the support from CT as well, it makes it a little bit harder for the T's to get the push. And we do have an aggressive push here from OverGaming, just keeping things unexpected. Dima does go down to the nade. That's a great shot from Kairi, and that is B secure. We're going to have the rotation back to Arch from loWel, and we'll see how the OneShot team go with a faster push here, with 3 people remaining.
All on FlipiN there in the pit. Very critical position there. And OneShot, they've got to move quickly. Synd going to go down. If he can take FlipiN out, that's great. He does, but the trades come in, and now the dust has settled. It's Ema alone against 3. Going to be able to get the bomb down, but this is going to be very interesting for Ema. He does get a great flash to kill 1, but there's 2 more where that came from, and they are going to handle him pretty well for the defuse, and OverGaming going to take another round. And now, OneShot, the best situation they can look at is 3 rounds in this first half.
I feel like there is a distinct lack of team play in what we're seeing here. Like, we just saw 2 guys quad, and I think it was Ema who was in apps, and he flashed himself out, but the flash was completely telegraphed and was really easy for the guy in pit to avoid. I mean, like there are ways where you can bounce the flash off the right wall in the app, so it just comes out and pops straight away, or you know, and that's a more useful flash for his teammates coming from Arch as well. I mean, from Quad, but I don't know. It's just not happening for them at the moment. I mean, like, and their pushes towards B, as we said. They've had one player on their team get picked in the round, and then they've had a slow push towards A. And looks like they're going to do a rush here, so we'll come back to that afterwards.
Yeah, Musambani, the point of contact here at CDR. They are flashed, they are blind, but DavCost going to pull the PD50 headshot out anyway. Dima going a bit crazy over at the site, takes down 2, and now it's a 2-on-3. So OverGaming, I mean, for the first time in a while, they're actually going to be going in at a disadvantage here on the numbers. And the bomb is down, and the afterplant positions are fairly solid here from OneShot. 2 in the pit and 1 on the site. Kairi and Alex to try to deal with this. See, Dima's ready for Kairi right here. Good Molotov there from Kairi. Dima gonna find himself one. Alex gonna take him out. Kairi gonna take one down as well. DavCost, now it all rests on his shoulders, but that bomb is very far ticked now, and it's DavCost gonna bring it home. And that's 3 rounds for OneShot and 12 for OverGaming. So it's a long road ahead for the Russians.
Yeah, I was going to say that there was, I mean, there's a lot of rounds where they lost it in exactly the same way. And I didn't see, I mean, people have previously spoken about like small changes, but I didn't see that many changes, if any, in those rounds. They seemed to just go the same way. And like, you know, there was no change in their approach to the B bomb site. Like, again, like sometimes you see Fnatic smoke off the entire front of the site and plant the bomb in front, you know, things like that. Like they just always lost a man there, then went to push A too late and couldn't get on the site in time.
Yeah, it seemed quite difficult for them to really string any aggression together. I mean, you would expect for them to have an easier time on the CT side, but then again, you know, from watching them yesterday, they do play a very vanilla, very passive CT side. This is something that doesn't work against the very, very top level, because if you let, as I made the point to you off air, you know, if you let Happy Strat run, you're going to lose the round. You just will. You just absolutely will. You have to throw a wrench in the works. You have to mix it up somehow. You've got to get some pressure. You've got to restrict their options. You've got to make them, you know, have these awkward, difficult situations where they have to make the hard decision. And this is something that, you know, OneShot, they like to rely on their passive play. Let's see, though, whether OverGaming are going to run into it, or if they've got some cool strats that they can, you know, throw out there to really destroy OneShot here. But it is the pistol round.
Looking at the kills on OverGaming, they're pretty evenly spread across the whole team. They're all pitching in their bit, but OneShot not doing so well on the frag side of things. Got an aggressive positioning on B here, so they should have an early idea if someone has a peek. But it's going to be a slow start to this round here. 1 minute on the clock for OverGaming, who look like they're going to push the site, and that's a perfect example of a difference we're seeing there. They've smoked pit on the first round of their T side, which I don't think we saw a single smoke on the other side from OneShot.
Yeah, key smoke there. We can see synd only really has one angle to really work with. He might find a headshot though. There it is. Takes down loWel. So very sneaky stuff there. Not much they can do about that, but they should... Oh, actually, they're going for the double back, and here's Dima. Finds himself in a lot of trouble right now. There's a bunch of players here, but he manages to take down 2. That is a very significant loss there for OverGaming, and it looks like OneShot with numbers advantage here might even be able to stop the plant happening. Great smoke there. So well timed, but FlipiN, is he going to try to just crawl through that smoke, or is he going to wait for it to dissipate? When that smoke does eventually go away, there's going to be like 10 seconds left in the round.
Look at the information gathering from the CTs. They're pushing Banana and CT as well, so they've figured out that it's going to be a B push, and they've eliminated the remaining Ts. So that was excellent play there from OneShot at the end to get the vital information so they could put all their resources in one place.
Definitely, that was pretty hot stuff there from OneShot. I mean, to see more of it, and we're going to see them coming out with a famous buy, and here comes pistol armor buy from OverGaming, and that pistol armor buy might be quite scary indeed. Let's see where they take this. Looks like they're, you know, focusing on a second mid kind of apartments posturing right now, with Kairi just chilling at the bottom of Banana.
DavCost hasn't bothered to buy a helmet because he is doing a half buy for an AWP later on in the round. He is a top fragger for his team, so it's very important that he gets that weapon in his hands sooner rather than later. So he will be rocking the P250 and a bit of Kevlar for the time being. Looks like the OverGaming are possibly getting set up for an A, but They are going to rotate back towards B and just maybe keep their options open for the time being. We'll see if they have a set play in mind.
So very close to going in here and FlipiN ready over in apartments to provide the distraction, to try to sell maybe a slower rotation at least onto that B bomb site, which we know is going to be experiencing some traffic. But the bomb actually...
They're doing a bit of map control at the moment, it seems, because they started going back down banana, but they left Alex in place there while they have FlipiN in A. But they're running out of time here to kind of vary their options, but they are going to rotate back towards A once again. And FlipiN has got a tag on the A bomb site, so there was a bit of a rotation there through Arch, but he's gone back to A, so it's going to be a 2-on-3. Kairi does get the nade on Ema, so there's only one man standing here on the bomb site, and he goes down as well. This is going to be a plant for OverGaming. They will have enough time to get after plant positions. We can see someone going in the pit there. And it's going to be a 2 versus 3 retake here for the CT. Certus facing on his own for the time being.
Very elaborate double backing here from OverGaming, but it seems to be paying off. They get that bomb down, and now Certus trying to make his way in. He's got a hand here coming in from Dima. Dima's very weak though, and Musambani with a great angle there towards Graveyard, going to take out Certus. And look at this, just playing the positions perfectly now. And we can see that the desperation from Dima right now. Absolutely nothing that can be done, and OverGaming will seize that round. The pistol armor round won by them.
Nice. I think it's a case of superior tactics there. It was really well done by OverGaming. I didn't even think they had time to go back to the A bomb site, but that was really well done. So they just kept one of their players early on in the round very, very deep in apps to just, keep, if they do later on in the round start pushing through quad, arch, etc., mainly quad, then they have that option of a player already there to bring some additional fire there. Then they left a guy towards the B bomb site as well. A, to keep their options open. B, to try and get picks, cause some distraction, etc. So the double rotate was really, really well done there by OverGaming. Yeah,
you're right. I mean, he could actually hear everything, actually. If they were running around thinking, oh, maybe they're not in apartments, the guy, FlipiN, I think it was, could hear everything if they're running in quad. So they actually knew to save their nades too. It's not that they had a one-shot side who were all the way back, which is really interesting. And now we have OverGaming trying to take liberties with their superior weaponry. And they will find themselves a couple of kills already. But look at this, coming in from behind. It's going to be Dima, and Ema, sorry. And that's synd and Certus left against loWel, FlipiN, and Musambani. So, oh, hello, Certus taking down Musambani. And that's going to be painful.
Someone called the cops. That was disgusting.
And he's ready for another one to follow that up with. But do they dare? Do they dare? Certus trained on that angle.
Fear the 1D. Look, we're going to back towards A.
They are going for it. And OverGaming have been smoked off mid here. That is very scary to look at. What is on the other side?
Yeah.
That is impossible for them to know.
That is an awkward moment indeed, as there are 20 seconds. Will they even get to the bomb site in time? Again, this is another situation where they're going to have to rush to try and get the bomb down. 12 seconds. I mean,
and effectively it'll be a one-on-one as well, because one of them has to be planting. So synd is going to get the perfect situation. Oh my god, now loWel can't even plant. If synd just goes in for it, he has to plant. He's going for it. And synd is just taking his time. He lets him get the bomb down so that his teammate can come in and help him here. So there's a sure thing. And loWel might just get the chance here. He does. He takes down Certus. It's just one player left. Synd is ready. Going around the corner, and loWel gets the next one. And synd, did he play it too safe? Did he try to make the risk-free play, and did it just backfire in his face? It looks like it.
I think that's just excellent play from loWel there. I mean, it was just great timing for him to turn around and face the other CT just at the right time. And I mean, that was an amazing clutch there by loWel to bring it to 14-4 for OverGaming. Absolutely stops any semblance of a comeback here for OneShot for the time being. And DavCost does narrowly miss that pick in apps, which would have been a great help to them here.
Now we can see OverGaming quite scared actually of second mid. Now that they've seen the AWP is in that vicinity, and that gives some reason to believe that the apartments is pretty held by the CT side, so they don't really want to mess around there. And they are forced to go towards B right now. So unless they decide to wait a long time, it looks like B is going to be the site of choice for them. So you can see OneShot just holding here. They've got a guy rotating towards B. DavCost going to spot one. FlipiN goes down. And he's going to be able to call the other guy to his teammates. as they fall back, but still they're holding steady on B right now. This is not being sold right now. This fake is not being sold. Musambani rotating back towards the other side, and it looks like OneShot should have a great defense coming up here, but in OverGaming go onto this site, and Certus in the back. Can he get one more frag out of this? He desperately needs to, and he's going to be able to pull it off. loWel goes down, and it's just all on Musambani now, as we have synd and DavCost rotating in. And there it is, DavCost with the op shot to win the round.
Great play by Certus. That was the Taz position there on Inferno B. Just keeping himself alive for as long as humanly possible so his teammates can rotate and bring the pain for the opposition there. And OneShot do get another round in the bank.
Not many nades on them though. In fact, only one player with nades. So, or it seemed actually no, it doesn't seem like that's the case. So maybe the third person's a little bit bugged as well. Misread that. But yeah, it does look.
loWel abusing chickens in naps. Must be a friend of DDK.
Hey, I like chickens.
Oh,
I pretty much eat only chickens, so good.
That's the wrong kind of light, probably.
Musambani with 2 there with that P250, opening up the B bomb site. Looks like we got OneShot coming in with synd, and DavCost ready on that construction angle, but he kind of needs some help to really help push him through this angle. He doesn't know that someone's really close by. They're going to flash over. Still, they're very shy to make his way in. You can see loWel at the back, ready, waiting. And in comes the push. Musambani, close range, goes down. It's all on loWel now. Over in the back of the site. What can he pull off right now? Nothing. synd going to take him out. Great round there from synd. Great save. And just barely enough time to get that defuse. And OneShot pulling in another round. But it's just a simple 2 rounds until OverGaming take this map down.
This could be the start of something beautiful, DDK. Do you remember that match? I think it was Hellraisers who were like 12-3 up or something.
Was it the nuke game?
Yeah, and they had like 14 rounds. Oh, that's not good.
Talking of Hellraisers, man, that was happening against Angel all the time.
Yeah, Musambani down to 39. That's that full-on backstab. FYI, I am a spy. Musambani's on 12 HP, hasn't fired his gun yet.
Oh, look at this, we've got a boost here. Who is that? That is synd up there. Boosted. synd might be in a position to make some kills soon, but it looks like OverGaming are kind of abandoning the apartments take. Eamon's going to be able to see that. And
this is an awkward situation for OverGaming, because now that Musambani's on 12 HP, loWel's being half naded as well. Like, how do they adjust their play here on a site push when they can't really take any nades, any guns to the chest whatsoever?
It's certainly going to be very, very hard to deal with indeed. And this double setup here is going to be very strong. Musambani goes down straight away, and we can see the team damage contributing to that. synd going to take out Kairi, and loWel now in the pit, so loWel might be able to scrap something together here with this position. Looking for some heads. But they are both trapped in the pit. Alex going to take down synd, but they can just box him off here. DavCost going to take out Alex, and we have loWel just still there in the pit by himself, and it's going to be Dima to get the headshot, and that's going to secure the round there for OneShot. So they are definitely having a much better time of things on the CT than they were on the T side, but still, they cannot put a foot wrong. It's just, if OverGaming win one, the best they can get is a draw. That's not what you want.
R.I.P. and Paella. Can we say that, since OverGaming are a Spanish team?
I just let you just.
Oh, he's gonna leave me hanging to dry. Yeah. Oh man. So OverGaming back on eco here. Gonna be looking for that economical damage, but DavCost says no. Alex, see you next round.
I was gonna say, like, I was trying to think of what no is in Spanish, but it's actually just no, isn't it? Like, isn't it the same? Like in French, it's no, and then is it?
I'm not sure actually.
Because I think I'm not sure.
We'll have to think about it.
Have to think about it. Either way, OverGaming going to make their way in, and Musambani actually charging in, catching the retreat there, and DavCost going to go down. He was rooted, but looks like Kairi is close, but not going to be able to find anything. Can loWel do something here to throw a wrench in the works for OneShot? I mean, they have a lot of bank right now, I think. They're actually not super. They don't have actually much bank. If he can get some kills here, that's going to be a massive blow to the economy of OneShot. And they're going to need these big buys to keep this momentum going.
Yeah, if you can get one more frag here, would have been very costly. But I mean, they're going to have to buy guns for each other at this point. So, I mean, if they win their next rounds, then... Oh, well, actually, Ima's got 10k. Well, now he's got 5, so that just shows you how much money he had to spend in that round. They've got $30,000 worth of equipment on OneShot at the moment across 5 people, so it is expensive to buy for CTs. They prefer the Louis Vuitton over the Primark.
Oh my god, what would you buy with $30,000? This isn't the time to talk about it, but still, I want to know.
Let's wait for the next deco, then we can discuss. I'll think about it.
Alright, well, DavCost already tagged down pretty low. Aggressive angle from him in apartments, and if they run into this, it could be very devastating. But at the same premise, you know, if they run into him, then he misses the shot there on him, and he's dead. So big risk there from DavCost. And in fact, did he just block that nade? I'm not sure. But DavCost going to reposition towards quad, and we still have yet to really see what the intentions are here. Looks like they're going to be smoking over towards Arch now, so going to be opening up a push on quad and apps. In fact, no, there's a CT. Oh, that's a CT Arch smoke. My bad. My bad. OverGaming making their way through here for the split on A. And so far, so good. Getting a lot of position, making their way in. Ema going to drop loWel. Kairi going to look for the trade, won't find it. And things are slowly getting worse and worse for OverGaming the more time goes on. But it looks like they're going to be getting the frags anyway. And the bomb soon to be planted here for the Spaniards. Alex going to be dropping that. Player approaching from library. Alex, oh, just a one tap there onto Dima. Wonderful stuff there. And it's only Certus that remains, but I'm sure he is looking very, very bad for this one. Against 4 players, it's going to be quite difficult, and he's going to get taken out by Musa and Barney. The general coming in, take no prisoners, and it is now match point for OverGaming.
They can still afford the AWP, which is very important for them, as DavCost has been top fragging for OneShot, and he needs to put that thing to work. You can see him going towards the B bomb site now. Demon's got the mag 7, so we can probably expect him to go towards apps for that close range pain. Although no, he's going to be in B as well, which is also the second reasonable place for it. But your chances of survival are somewhat shorter than if you are in apps. And it's going to be nobody looking towards B for the moment on OverGaming side, so we'll see if the CTs can discern this and get someone to rotate. I mean, they don't really have the setup to stop a proper push here because they've got an AWP and a mag 7. So both of those guys, if the T's are close up, will get one shot off, and then that's going to be it. No pun intended.
They're inviting it with you know that they.
And we're going to see the push as well. If they push through this smoke, then they're going to take the site.
Well, it depends if they're brave enough, and so far it looks like they are going to respect the smoke and the defense here for OneShot, and that is, you know, pretty smart to do. We're seeing this very horrible buy from OneShot, and obviously they're really strapped for cash here, and if they win this round and lose a lot of guns, they might not even be able to keep buying even if they're winning the round. So have to see how this goes for them now as we see the push coming in, and OverGaming charge on into that B bomb site, and there goes the mag. Actually does take down one. Looks like it's a pretty good defense so far. 3 players dropped here. Only 2 remain for OverGaming as they make their way in. They can't get on the bomb site just yet. Stuck towards Paul. Certus in the fountain, looking for the headshot. Cannot find it. loWel, the one to take him down for a 2-on-3. And now it's just FlipiN left over.
Oh, they're both got a face. 5 seconds left.
Looks like it's a well-defended round for OneShot. And they kept 3 players alive there, so that's actually pretty good. They're still going to be able to keep up the buys. You know, we saw Dima having a mag last round, so you know, getting the mag frag definitely helped his economy a little bit. But still, it's very, I don't know, their buy is still to the wire here. I mean, if they lose a few weapons, they're still going to be struggling.
Yeah, we've got loWel with only a P250 here, so he's going to be looking for those close range one shots. No pun intended once again. Those close range one shots where it will be a one-hit kill with the P250, even with a helmet. And Kairi's going to get the first frag on Ima, which is going to leave the A-bomb site slightly stretched with only 2 CTs here. Have that counter flash there from the CTs and a frag through the smoke. It's going to put things back into OneShot's favour. It's going to be a 4-on-2 now. Another smoke kill, and the bomb's going to rotate towards B, and they're almost leaving the site here.
They certainly are. Who do we have? We have got Certus alone on this site, and two Spaniards on the fast approach. Kairi and loWel. loWel being instrumental to their success so far. Let's see what he's able to pull out here. There's Certus in the back. They're going to find him now, and loWel's going to deal with him very easily. And there goes the smoke down for construction. All is well so far for OverGaming in a 2-on-2 situation now. This could be the round for OverGaming to just clinch it all away. And Dima and DavCost coming in. Just Dima left now. Behind the smoke though, killing so much crucial time. But he can't just walk through it. There it is, dissipating. Going to go for the frags here. But looks like OverGaming playing the time very well. And Dima not able to find the shot that he needs to really get this round going into his favor. And they are playing him so much right now. Playing him for the full. And that's going to be it. 16-9 OverGaming will defeat OneShot. And OneShot, they were bringing things back. But it wasn't quite enough. I mean, the 12th, was it actually...
They were on 14. They were on 14 for a long time.
Yeah, so it was a very, very tough thing to come back from, even on the CT side. I mean, you're at the mercy of your opponents, literally, because they have to, throw the plays at you. So you have to constantly react, and that feels a bit awkward sometimes, especially with such a big deficit. That
last round, the end of that last round was like death by paper cuts there.
Oh yeah,
for the poor remaining CT. He just couldn't find the angle to even fire a shot at someone. So, it was a good start to come back there from OneShot, but I wouldn't even say they were outplayed when they were on the T side. They just didn't play well enough, really. I don't think I didn't see the kind of teamwork you need to have to push a lopsided map that's in the CT's favor.
Yeah, we didn't see the smokes, did we? We didn't see the flashes, the key ones when you really are getting into that site to get the bomb down. We didn't see that happening. They always seem to just run out of steam towards it just at the end each time. Their entries were pretty good. They were pushing them back. They were doing everything right. But then when it came to take the actual site, on A at least, it seemed to fall short.
They were always running out of time. Pit was always open for the CTs to fire back on. And we saw, again, that was that situation where we had two guys in quad and one guy in apps, and he basically, he was flashing himself out of apps, but the entrance is here, and the flash comes out like here. So it was very telegraphed. The Ts could easily hide and then just pop out ready before he even made it to the door. So there was a lot of work to do there for OneShot on Inferno.
Definitely good stuff from OverGaming. 16-9 victory over OneShot. Now we go to another OneShot game. It'll be them versus Titans. So stay tuned, guys. We'll be